Emily, my name is Willie Davis. I'm a social worker here at the agency. I've been working here for 4 years now. Now, Emily, over the next 2 months, I'll be your social worker. Hey, so how you doing today, Emily?
Good. How are you?
Oh, doing pretty good. Doing pretty good. Can't complain. So, Emily, how's that weather out there?
Typical Ohio weather. Rain today, snow tomorrow.
Oh, I know. Isn't that a shame?
Yes.
You would think by us being in April that we'd be, in the 60s every day and no snow. They're still calling for snow, huh?
Yes.
Oh, that's a shame. Okay. Now, Emily, is that the name that you like to be called, or do you have a nickname that you might want me to call you? Anything besides Emily?
No, Emily's just fine.
Oh, okay, great. Now, Emily, I do have a waiver form here that I need you to sign before we get started. It's just stating that if you're going to harm yourself or harm anybody else, that I must report it. Now, other than that, anything else that we say amongst each other, or anything you say to me, will be kept confidential. Now, is that okay if you sign that form?
Yes.
Okay, great. If you could just sign right up here at the top, it'd be great.
Now, do you need me to put the date on this?
No, I'll fill it in later on.
Oh.
Okay.
Thank
you
you.
so. Oh, no problem. Thank you Emily, for signing it.
You're
Appreciate
welcome.
it. So, Emily, what brings you in to see me today?
I'm here because I'm having problems with my family. I've been working a lot, and I've been working since I was, a teenager, and I've never missed any days or never had any problems with any of my other jobs. But now, that I'm older, I'm seeming to have a problem focusing at my, the job I've been at recently.
Wow, okay. That must be hard for you, Emily. So, Emily, how long have you been working at this new job?
3 years.
3 years. Great. Hey, that's good, Emily. So, Emily, it seems like you've been a hard working person. You've been working since your teenage years, and that's really good. That's a great accomplishment because most teenagers don't go to work. They usually sit at home, live off mommy and daddy's money, play the video games, and just they don't go to work like you do. So that's great that you been working since a teenager. So Emily, why do you think you're having the problems at your new job that you never had in your previous jobs?
Well, like I said before, I have a family at home, and it's depressing because there's no time to spend with them. I'm always working, and my job requires so much of my time and energy.
Right.
For example, they have me changing filters, changing out the coin machine, filling up a pop machine,
Wow.
and that's just the easy stuff. I also have to take apart washers and put them back together. And now, because I've been there the longest, we keep getting new people, and they expect me to train, so I'm getting calls all hours of the day and night, and that's putting a strain on my family as well.
Wow.
Because even, I don't get to spend time with them as it is, and now we're getting phone calls all the time,
Right.
and I just don't feel like, that's my job.
Right, definitely. So Emily, you were having the problems because you were worried that you're not getting enough time with your family. So Emily, when you say family, like who are you referring to when you say family?
I have a wonderful husband of 8 years.
Oh, great.
I have a 7-year-old son named Joel and a 1-year-old son named Little Willie.
Oh, great. That's awesome. Now, Emily, I know that must be hard for you, Emily, not be able to spend time with your 1-year-old. He was just born, and you want to, be able to spend that quality time with with him being so young. Yeah, you want to see him, his first steps, his first words, mommy, maybe him saying daddy, maybe seeing him get off the bottle and go into a sippy cup. I know you probably want to see that, but it seems like you don't have the time to see it. Then your 7-year-old, he's probably, in second grade?
Yes.
Yeah, he's in second grade, so he's probably required to do a lot of homework, and you're not home to do the homework, so he's probably stressed out about, man, mommy's not here to help me with my homework. Why isn't she here? Then your husband, I know he probably has a little bit of understanding, but probably not much. But he's probably, saying, man, why can't me and my wife be able to spend time together? Why can't we go to the movies? Why can't we go for dinners? Why is she always at work? But I'm pretty sure, that he has an understanding about what's going on. So So Emily, can you tell me a little bit more things that might be going on at home?
Well, like you said, my husband, he kind of understands, but he really doesn't. You know that I have to work, and that with the two kids, it's hard to split my time between, the three of them.
Right.
The 7-year-old is now, so, he's starting to act out and doesn't get why mommy is always at work. He has things going on at school, and he wants to know why mommy's not there, and his friends' moms always are there. Um, Also, with having a 1-year-old, that requires a lot of attention. So now the 7-year-old is kind of on the back burner, with my husband. And my husband now, he kind of feels neglected too. He's in college. So we really don't get that one-on-one time because our schedules just aren't together like they used to be.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so how do you, with the baby, like you said, hitting milestones, missing those is a big thing for a mother. So, how do you split your time between, three individuals?
Right. Yes, Emily, that must be rough. So Emily, how often do you work?
I work between 32 and 40 hours a week. I have, I work 3 to 11 at night sometimes, and sometimes I work 7 a.m. to 3 p.m.
Wow.
And once a week I do a 3 to 11 at night, and then the next day a 7 to 3 in the morning. So I don't get to see the family definitely then. When I come home, it's time for bed.
Wow. So Emily, you seem like every week you have a different schedule. It's not really a set schedule, right?
Right.
Now, Emily, have you tried to talk to your bosses about maybe adjusting your schedule so you can spend more time at home with the little ones and your husband?
That's kind of what's going on with me and my husband, because he's more of, you need to talk to them and tell them, but I'm more laid back because I'm always afraid, you need your job nowadays, so you can't really say, hey, I want this schedule, this is the way it needs to be. So I just kind of go with the flow.
Right, I understand that. Okay, so Emily, just to do a quick recap. So you were here today, Emily, because, you were having the problems with your new job, right?
Yes.
Okay, and then you were also saying that, they make you do really hard things that you really shouldn't be doing working at a laundromat, right?
Yes, I feel like, the things they have us doing should be like a maintenance man.
Right.
You go to another laundromat, you won't see the other girls doing what we're doing.
Definitely. And then also, Emily, you were saying, not being able to see your kids grow up, and that was hard for you, right? And then you said the hours that you work, and then you said, not be able to spend time with your 7-year-old has been making them act out. And then, not being able to see your 1-year-old grow up, that has to be hard for you too. And then you also mentioned, something about your husband, about him not having enough time to spend with you also. Right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. So, Emily, I was just going to give you some information, on maybe to help you out, you and your husband. Maybe you guys can, I was going to give you, some cards. Maybe you guys can call these numbers. Maybe they can help you guys out. And then I have some friends of mine. Emily, I'll have a list of job placement agencies for you, just in case it doesn't work out, with your boss, if they can't adjust their schedule, to your schedule, because they should come to an understanding, knowing that you have a little 1-year-old who requires a lot of time, and the 7-year-old probably requires a lot of time as well. Then your husband, I know he's an adult, but he probably requires a lot of your time also. So Emily, for your next session, how about we have your bosses come in so we can discuss, is there a way that they can give you a better schedule? Maybe have you do less heavy duty work than you're supposed to be doing? Is there any way, that they can just accommodate you so you can spend more time with your family? And then also, maybe we can bring in, the 1-year-old. I'll be happy to meet him. And the 7-year-old, I'll be happy to meet him also. And then your husband. And then we can just talk about, how you guys can spend more time together as a family. Maybe we could talk about going on family picnics, going to Cedar Point, which is my favorite. Maybe even planning on a Disney vacation. Just do things as a family to get you guys, get you guys going as a family.
That sounds wonderful.
Sounds good? Okay. Now, Emily, on your way out, you'll talk to my secretary, and she'll set up the next appointment. But I want to thank you for coming in today, Emily.
All right, thank you.
No problem.